So you've had a few minutes to ponder and write down what those positive things are. And I hope that as you did, this is going to sound weird, but I hope that as you did, all those niggly voices saying you can't think that about yourself, or oh, what about this, also came up and you also paid attention to them. Because we need to be able to face those things head on. And as you guys look at your list of positive things you want to claim for yourself, but you don't dare claim for yourself, I invite you to look at what the niggling doubts said. I invite you to think about what the negativity said, the influence it had, what it's kind of doing to try and break you down. And I want you to ask it one very important question. I want you to start asking the question, why not? Because if you are thinking good things about yourself, you are on a wonderful path to greater self-confidence, to greater joy. And I don't know if you've ever heard, but misery loves company. And the opposition in the world does not want us to be joyful, to be confident, to have hope. Because that's what confidence gives us. Confidence that we can stand up for ourselves, confidence that we can open our mouths, confidence that we can open our mouth and face our fears and move forward gives us hope that things change. Going back to the story I told earlier, I think that's ultimately why my confidence took such a hit. Is because opposition was trying to stop me from hoping. Because when you lose hope, you lose the desire to try. When you lose hope, you stop engaging. When you lose hope, you stop looking outside of the box for things to change. You accept that your life will always be the same. There's nothing you can do about it, and you just gotta suck it up and deal with it. Now, with hope, with confidence, with clarity, with joy, does things magically get easier? No. But with all of those things, you have peace of mind that you are an actor unto yourself. That there is something, no matter how big, how small, there is something you can do about it. I learned this last week, that through different things that had happened, I had let myself get really angry, I had let myself get really frustrated, I had let myself just shut down and give up. And I went to counseling and I worked through all of those things. But because all the other stuff wasn't going on right then, I didn't process the other stuff. And all that other stuff came up to meet me this week. And I was afraid of it. Because I was afraid of getting stuck there. I was afraid of becoming this person that didn't move, that didn't do anything, but just let life happen to her. And what I discovered and what I realized is, yeah, I couldn't tackle it all in one go. I couldn't just open my mouth, give one huge rebel yell, and find that everything was perfect. But I could do one thing. I could brush my teeth. And no, I had really fresh breath. I knew that I could make my bed so that that part of my life was squared off, cleaned off, and orderly. I knew that I could put a dish in the dishwasher. And that whatever action I consciously chose to do meant I was an actor. And so I want you guys to think about this question of why not. What are those positive, happy, wonderful things going on in your head that opposition is just like, no, don't do that, that would be bad. And ask that voice, why not? Why can't I speak my mind? Why can't I share this thought? Why can't I smile at someone? So I was walking up to campus the other day, who am I kidding? It was yesterday. And because I've been choosing to open my mouth, I was feeling more confident. I was more happy. And I saw this guy in the hall and in the Fine Arts building, and we pass each other every day. Generally, he's on this like wax waxing Zamboni. So he rides this little wheel thing, waxing all the floors. And yesterday, he didn't have it. He had a little tennis ball and a stick, getting rid of all the skid marks on the floor. So I just gave him a huge smile and I said, "Oh, your chariot's not here today." And he looked at me for a second and he laughed, he chuckled, he thought it was funny. He would have burst out laughing, but I don't know that he was the kind to burst out laughing, but he chuckled and he enjoyed it. And I smiled and I laughed and I said, "And besides, you have a wonderful tennis ball spear now, so it's fine." And he gave me another smile and I went on my way. Life is about human connection. Life is about being there for other people. And so when we shut down and when we fear what other people are thinking, when we listen to that niggling voice in our head that says, "Oh no, don't open your mouth, somebody's going to think you're weird, somebody's going to think you're selfish, somebody is going to not value you." You close your eyes, you look that voice straight in the eyes and you say, "I don't care." Why not? So I hope you've gone down your list and I hope that you have written "why not" next to these things and give yourself an answer. It is so powerful to actually give yourself an answer for you to act in a positive way in your life. I want to read a book I want to take some time for myself and I want to read a book. Oh, but you can't do that. You have so much to do. Look it in the eyes and say, "Why not?" I'm going to give myself 20 minutes and I'm going to come back feeling alive and I'm going to come back feeling happy and joyful over my life. I'm going to go out and I'm going to have an ice cream with a friend. Oh, but the calories. Oh, the time away. Why not? Because that's going to add to my value and quality of life. So I want you to take some time and really think through these things. A companion that also shows up when this little voice comes niggling is fear. Fear about what someone else is going to think. Fear that it's not going to turn out the way that you want. Do you know what confidence actually is? I'm going to give you a little secret. At the end of the day, what true confidence really is knowing you will come through for yourself, and faith that the ultimate outcome will be for your benefit. How can you come through for yourself? I want you to think about that question. So as I mentioned, this last week has meant a volcano of emotions and stuff and feelings. And I'm going to pause it right there for just a second. I need to reset this so it doesn't die on me halfway through the story. So this last week has been an absolutely volatile week. Not bad, not awful, just a little all over the place. And I am still, guys, I know it's been a year, probably a year and a half at this point, I'm still trying to figure out how to sleep. One day it'll come to me. I know it'll come to me. But I got another step closer this week and it made me really happy. Because I was talking to a friend of mine talking about why I don't sleep. And it started when I was little. I could be on my way up the stairs to grab stuff to go get in the shower, and my mother would say, "Okay, Allison, it's time for you to go get in the shower." And I would march back down the stairs, sit at the table, and do nothing for 20 minutes, just to show that she couldn't tell me what to do. Not proud of it. It's not great, but I did it. And I'm not sure what made me such a rebel child or why I struggled with that so much. But that's been something that I've just struggled with for a long time. And so I had my roots there and I used to blame it on that, but I realized this last week that it's deeper than that. I served a mission. I was called to serve a mission in a Cambodia Phnom Penh mission, Vietnamese speaking. And I never thought that I would serve a mission. That was never a priority on my priority list. I had tons of people tell me, "Oh, you'd make such a great missionary, you have such a strong testimony," and I did. I knew that the church was true. I knew all of those things. But I never felt drawn to that until I was 20 years old and I received the direction, "Go do this." I received the the direction, I need to run a mission. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really drop anything because I wasn't really in the middle of anything, but I made that a priority and I went. And I was out in the mission field. Well, I spent 3.5 months in the MTC. Wow. And then I ended up only spending 3.5 to 4 months. No, 5.5 months in Cambodia itself before I got sick. Nobody knew what was wrong with me and they sent me home. And I had received clear direction to go, and I had received clear direction that it was time to come home. And so when everyone's like, are you doing okay? Are you fine? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm where I'm supposed to be. But as the years passed and as time came and went, and I watched missionaries that were still out in the field baptizing and nation building, and Vietnam was opened, and all of these things happened, I got really angry because wasn't I good enough to stay? What was wrong with me? On a deep spiritual level, that wasn't part of my plan and part of my purpose to be there and watch that happen. And then I received the next set of instructions for my life, to marry a man that I was madly in love with. That I knew we would have a perfect life together. We would hold hands all of the time, and we would go shopping together all of the time, and grocery shopping, mind you. I still don't like to shop any other way, and life would just be perfect, and we would spend time with each family all the time, and we would love life. And though there has been much beauty and joy in my marriage, that was not the life that I have lived. Even with a better perspective, that is not the life I live right now. And I got angrier. And then the next set of instructions came: start a business, go help people. So I went, sure. And people showed up here and there, and I built a YouTube channel for myself, and life has happened. And good things have happened. But was it what I envisioned and the way that I thought it would be and how fast that I wanted? No. And once more, I was mad. Because I did exactly what I was told to do, and I was living all of the things I was supposed to be living, and still, life was not what I wanted. And so the question that I finally ended up asking myself is, do I have faith in the ultimate outcome? And I have faith that I will do whatever I feel is important for me to do. Acting on what you feel you should do, following through for yourself, is not going to make your life perfect. But it gives you poise and grace and joy, knowing you're going in a direction. Knowing you are doing something. With all of those thoughts swirling through my head, I was talking to my friend and I said that I was so mad with God that I'd done everything He asked and He still didn't give me what I wanted. And I dropped it there and I left it there and I literally almost marched out of the room. And something good happened while I was away. And this little knocking came at my heart. It said, did you just see that? Can you admit that that was a good thing? They said, yes, that was a good thing. And the next words that came through my mind were, so does that mean that there might be some other good things that happened too? that there might be some positives that you don't always recognize but are there. So the next step that I would invite, after you've written down those positive things about yourself, and after you have delved into some things that you can do just for you, but that doesn't feel good enough, or if you're still feeling like you're doing the best that you can and things still aren't working the way that you want them, I invite you to pull out the good. And for me, mine was very external. Mine was very out there. I feel like that I had never done enough. I feel like I had missed the boat. So the two things that I would like you to do, if you are feeling that you are stuck or life is not quite what you intended or wanted it to be, one, what are some unexpected good things? What are some things, unexpected good things, that you don't always recognize because the heat of the moment is the heat of the moment, and we get very focused on what is not versus what is. But what are some good things that just sort of appear, that are the fun surprise that you didn't expect? And write those down. And then the second thing that I would like you to do, this is outward gratitude for experiences. This is outward stuff that shows you maybe aren't as alone as you think. And you need those. But even more important is realizing the good that you do every day. And the good that you offer and that you send out into the world. And so I would invite you to write a thank you note to yourself. As I was pondering about this experience, actually just barely, and thinking, and I came to terms with it last night, in realizing that there were good things, I could consider that maybe more stuff was going on in my life than I realized. Maybe there was a bigger picture there that because I was holding on to my one grudge spot, I wasn't seeing all the other things. And that's what the unexpected good things do. To restore your faith in an ultimate outcome, go for the unexpected good things. To restore your faith in yourself, write a thank you note to yourself. Because as I was thinking about that, I thought about my friend that I haven't talked to in a while, but I had been home from my mission about a year, and we were both in the midst of life, and she was having some struggles, and I was having some struggles, and then fast forward a little bit longer, and I was about to graduate from college, and my friend and I were going on a walk, and she said, "Have you ever thought about why you came home from your mission early?" And I went, "Oh, I have a myriad of reasons." Me and my own 21-year-oldness thought I was getting married. Heavenly Father had way other things going on for me. And she said, "You came home because I needed your help getting through school. You came home because I needed you around." There could maybe be a whole lot of other reasons too, but that one gave me hope that there was reason and there was purpose. And so if I were to write a thank you note to myself, I would say, "Dear Allison, thank you for being there for other people. You really made a difference to someone else." And then you would say, "Love self." By taking time to see the good on the outside and to take time seeing good on the inside, you are creating true confidence in yourself. It's really hard